this period of internship. So the first part is the art of finding opportunities. It's a very common scenario that happens to me more often now as a cardiac surgery consultant. An intern comes to me. Well, I don't know he's an intern, but he has his lab coat and he has a patient. He has a thick file with him, and then he just puts the file on the table, and I expect him to at least talk a little about what the patient is. And when I skim through the file and ask a few questions to him, the first response comes is, "Sir, I'm an intern." So that is kind of used as an excuse. Let us break this norm. Let us talk about what can be done here. What is the opportunity that should be sought by that intern? So you are with this patient for 15 minutes. You are walking from your ward, taking the patient with you to the consultant. So you have 10 to 15 minutes with the patient and with his file. When you walk towards the senior consultant for a referral, just skim through the file to see what is the primary diagnosis. When he came to the hospital, what was his presenting complaint, what investigations were done, and what actually happened to the patient, and why am I literally going with this patient to the consultant for a referral. Unfortunately, in the Indian system, it is kind of just to make things faster, you make an intern accompany the patient. So that is not the whole point here. The major point that is to be noted here is that this is a system wherein a qualified medico is accompanying a patient to present the case in brief to a senior consultant, to an expertise, and that is not happening because that is not how the intern is seeing the whole thing. So that 10 to 15 minutes, I want you to invest into the patient's file and brief about the patient to the consultant for whom you have gotten the reference. However bad it is, just try. Most of the times, you will come up with someone who will either just bash you off or who might encourage that attempt. In either of the cases, either you get to learn something from the consultant, or you at least now know why you came with the patient to this consultant and what has he written as his expert advice. So part one was finding opportunities. You have to find opportunities into the mundane